At the beginning of our service, we read a line from Proverbs chapter 27. Kamayim hapanim lapanim ken lev ha'adam la'adam. As in water one face answers to another, so too does the heart of one person to another. This saying contains wisdom. Just as the face we make into the water will be reflected back to us, so too does our approach to other people come back to us. An angry scowl may receive one back. A smile often meets another smile. This works particularly well with the Hebrew word mayim, spelled mem, yud, mem, a palindrome that reads the same forwards or reflected backwards. There are many ways that Jewish tradition conveys wisdom about the human experience. Famous sayings, rabbinic laws, popular customs all have their share of wisdom and foolishness, as we all do. Jewish folklore is another reservoir of Jewish experience, and much of it would have been lost in the 20th century if not for the pioneering work of Dov Noy, the founder of the Israel Folklore Archive in 1955. Noy talked to Jewish immigrants from Turkey, Eastern Europe, North Africa, Yemen, Central Asia, the far-flung Jewish diaspora communities whose dispersion was ending. He realized that if he did not record the folklore, the tales of the people that the rabbis and scholars largely ignored, they would be lost year by year. Today, there are over 24,000 stories from 70 different subgroups organized and categorized and compared to other folklore all over the world, adding this body of human knowledge to the body of human knowledge. The central motif of the story I will read, entitled As Face Answers to Face in Water, it appears in many cultures. You may recognize other stories that reflect this story, but consider its lesson as we leave Yom Kippur and as we enter the rest of the Jewish year 5784. What face shall we show to those we meet? All her life, she had heard a story about hotels. What a lovely and elegant place they are, where you do nothing but rest, just rest and sleep. It was another place she didn't know because she was a woman who had to work all the time. Then she decided that for a year she would save a shekel every day so she would have enough money to go to a hotel. She saved a shekel every day and another shekel and another shekel. At the end of the year, she had 365 shekels. She packed her suitcase and went to the hotel. She went up to the clerk at the reception desk. "I've got money and I want to spend a whole night in the hotel," she told him. "And if I don't have enough money, it's all right with me if you put another woman in my room so long as she's a nice lady." "All right," the clerk told her and counted the money. It turned out that she had exactly enough for a room in the hotel, a room for one night, and for breakfast. She did not have to share with another woman. So he called the bellboy. He took the old woman and her suitcase. They take the woman's suitcase to her room, and she goes into the room. The bellboy tells her, "This is your room. Have a good time." She goes into the room, looks around, takes a deep breath. Wall-to-wall carpets, a large bed, lamps. Suddenly, she sees a woman standing opposite her with an angry look on her face. "Lady, what are you doing here?" this woman asks the other woman. She sees the woman mimicking her. "Lady," she tells her, "you behave yourself." She sees that the woman mimics her again. "Lady, why aren't you being nice?" she says. And again, the woman mimics her. The old woman is irritated. She leaves the room and goes down to the reception desk. "You said you would give me a single room," she tells the clerk. "If I don't have enough money for a single room, I wouldn't mind another woman there, but at least she should be a nice woman. I went up to my room and I saw a woman who really isn't nice at all. She keeps mimicking everything I do and behaving rudely." The desk clerk was smart enough to realize that she was seeing herself in the mirror, and that this woman had evidently never seen herself in a mirror before. She did not know that she was looking at herself. So the desk clerk said to her, "When you go back upstairs and see the other woman, Try smiling at her, and she'll smile back at you. Treat her nicely, and you'll see that she'll be nice to you in return, and everything will be all right. Fine, said the woman. She went back to her room and saw the woman again. She smiled at the woman, and the woman smiled back at her. She invited the woman to sit down, and the woman invited her too. In this way, she spent a very pleasant evening in the hotel. The next day, when she went downstairs, she told the desk clerk, "Thank you very much indeed. I had a wonderful and successful evening. It was everything I imagined about a hotel."